Ooh. Hello, everyone. We're so happy to be here with you. So it's been a great event already, and we hope you enjoy our presentation as well. So we're going to start with a short question. How many of you have your home redecorated for, let's say, last year? Okay. And do you remember how did you choose furniture, the style, the colors, and so on and so forth? Maybe you went online and checked for some advice. Maybe you asked your friends, your family for some comments. And I don't know if you were aware that there's a community called Forum i Wasze Wnętrza. And I don't know how to use this thing, thank you very much. Called Forum i Wasze Wnętrza. It was created by Leroy Merlin about 6 years ago. And Leroy Merlin is a home improvement and gardening retailer serving 13 countries and among them, of course, Poland. And what's so special about this online community? Well, basically, it is a community of people who are very, very much engaged in discussions around home improvement, around interior design. They ask for advice, they comment on products, they also share some do-it-yourself ideas, and also post thousands of photos. Some of them are really, really great, as you can see here. And some are maybe less great as well. And in case you're wondering, this last photo, it's not a home gym, it's a playground for adults, so it might be your first takeaway from our presentation. Okay, so a few months ago, our client, Leroy Merlin, came to us and asked for this redesign of the website. And we had a few goals. And first goal was to boost online improvement, to boost online experience, of course, especially in terms of discovering new content, searching for some inspirational stuff, interacting with others. The other goal was to improve some usability issues people had, like when posting a photo, and also to create greater engagement of current users. But also, the clients wanted us to win over, to appeal to new users, because some people would come to Leroy Merlin's website for shopping mainly, and they weren't aware of existence of such a community. And last but not least, the visual design had to be updated as well. Okay, and now we're going to talk about our process and how we managed to engage our users and the client in the whole process. It was quite simple, the process itself, but we used a combination of different techniques. And at the beginning of the process, we had like 3 sources of information, because we knew we had to engage different participants in the process. We knew the community was very active, very vivid, and they would actually kill us if we would do it without them, if we would one day switch the website. Especially that some of these users have been using this website like for 5 years or so, going every day online. So we asked our client for help. The client was our primary source of information, and he was very knowledgeable. He had experience with previous redesigns. He knew what worked, what didn't work, how people reacted, what kind of problems they reported. So it was a very, very helpful input from our client. But also we did our own research. We did our own analysis, obviously. And we were observing this community going online like every day, also posting some photos, asking for advice, and people actually helped us a lot. We were, for example, asking them about some inspiration for a palais sofa in our office, and they really helped us. And of course, users were the final, but also very, very valid source of information. And now a little bit more about that.
First of all, we've created a landing page on which we inform the users about the whole process of redesign. And we created also a forum discussion on which they could talk about their problems and share their ideas for changes. We informed what are the stages of the process and informed our users how they can change in this redesign. And we also talked about the workshops we are going to organize and gave the participants opportunity to enroll.
Okay.
On the next step, we conduct participatory design workshop together with our partner, Dorota and Magda from Prowokacje Strategiczne. And 20 active users from across Poland came to Warsaw for us for one day. And we were lucky to recruit some of the most active users among the community.
And maybe a short film right now.
Yes, please. With music.
Okay, so we can imagine the music.
Yes. One of the purpose of this workshop,
A little bit loud.
one of the purpose of this workshop was to gain the knowledge about our users, their needs, their pain points, and the way they are using the website.
So it was basically much fun, as you can see.
The main goal of this workshop was to develop as many ideas for a change as we could. For this purpose, we planned many creative activities for our participants. For example, they were card sorting the problems they have on a website and were building machines with these bump blocks that was supposed to fix the old forum. What really surprised us was the energy of this workshop, and that people were very open-minded, very active and full of ideas. And just a minute. Leroy Merlin wanted also to give users the opportunity to get to know each other and to network and deepen their relationships they have online. So we gave them the time to just to get to know each other.
Something in your garden makes me want to say, lay me down on a bed of your flowers.
This is actually a woman with a broken leg who was so motivated she wanted to come so badly that it wasn't a problem for her.
So I crept into your garden when I noticed you were out, and lay amongst the dahlias while my toes they poked about. But there's something in your garden makes me want to stay. When the night time comes and we're waiting for the break of day.
We wanted to give our participants some valuable knowledge as well. So we invited experienced interior designer to conduct just a small course about designing and designing the space in apartments. So everybody was designing the same apartment, but each group had a different person for which they were designing. For example, one group had a young family with a child, another one young girl, hipster girl.
Throw my troubles away. When the night time comes and we're waiting for the break of day, you forgive everything and love them, one and all.
Even the general manager of Leroy Merlin Polska came for the workshop. He was present and he thanked by himself the participants.
That's him, by the way.
For their input and their engagement. And hopefully, people who came, they had so much fun on this workshop that they were eager to organize their
Another workshop.
Another workshops by themselves in the future. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, and after this event, we gathered to summarize our knowledge, and we were wealthy of knowledge. Actually, we had this knowledge from our client, based on our own research, and from our users as well. And it should be a good thing, right? Because UX designers mainly deal with uncertainty, with doubts, with lack of knowledge. And the situation was just the opposite here, but I wasn't actually happy with that. And quite frankly, we were a little bit lost and overwhelmed with this data. We didn't know how to approach this data. Because maybe you know this feeling when you have this knowledge of every little detail, but you cannot see the big picture. And it was our case. So we were trying to try different approaches, figuring out how to start the design process, because it was a stage where we were supposed to make something, and it was very, very difficult. But then we just came up with this idea of scenario mapping. And it was actually a major breakthrough. And it was a very great technique that helped us to organize our knowledge and the whole data we had. And so it was basically mapping out typical scenarios our users, our personas actually, completed on this current website. And along the way, we were capturing good ideas, some bad ideas as well. Sometimes just making notes that we should consider a form or some small improvement the later. And so it really helped us to to summarize what we knew about this community, and to start over, to start the design process. So we were working in a collaborative way, the UX designer and the UI designer, throughout the whole process. And we were sketching together, we were sharing early raw concepts together. This is actually, I think, my idea about a form, I guess, posting a photo form. So we were collaborating heavily, and when we agreed on some solutions, we were prototyping them and going to the client with our solutions. And actually, we were designing with the client and not for the client, because our client had this very vast knowledge about UX, and he was really focused on UX. And he wanted to design it with us as well. And you would say, okay, isn't it designing by committee? Well, it wasn't, because it was actually insightful. The client was challenging us, and we were iterating and iterating and iterating. But it was a good thing. And actually, this is an example of a early version of a photo view, one of the most important views in our website. And this is the prototype, the screen from the prototype. And this is the screen of our design, because we did a visual design as well. So as you can see, the prototype and the visual design have like little difference, because we were working the UX designer and UI designer along the way, all the time. Okay, and that leads us to evaluation, because when we agreed on some solutions, when the client accepted our prototype, we knew we had to validate it with the users. Yes.
Thank you. In order to evaluate our prototype, we used the right method. We conducted some usability testing. Wieszek and Hubert told a little bit about this method yesterday. It means rapid iterative testing and evaluation. And just to remind you in short, on the first day you test some users, you test the prototype with some users, then you can improve it, then you again test it and again improve it, and you can iterate this process as many times as you want. We iterated, we had 3 iterations, which means we had 3 testing days, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we were improving our design. Every research day, we met 4 participants. We were lucky to invite some users who participated in our workshops. And with every participant, we had the idea interview. We showed them the graphic designs or on eye tracker and testing the prototype with them. On improvement day, researchers printed out every screen of the prototype, wrote down every issues we've discovered during the testing day, and then had a meeting with designers on which we were discussing every issues. We were thinking about how to resolve the problems, and designers had about half a day to deliver to us new screens that we could test another day.
Yeah, it was actually kind of stressful for me, because I had like really little time to create a new version and well, to check if it's really a good version or not the next day.
Yes, but researchers were very excited about this method.
Because they could actually, every day was different.
Every day was different. We were testing different interfaces. We had different tasks, and we could ask different questions. So, yes, it was very inspiring. And just to give you a little idea about the problems we've discovered. For an example, on the first day of the research, we discovered that our users have a problem with this button. It's adding a new photo. So we improve it and move it to the other place on the second day, and it really worked. Yes, it was okay. So we could think that in our last final report we would write, we have to move this button. But fortunately, we had the eye tracking studies, which showed us that the first position of this button was correct. So we left it there.
Okay, and just to quickly sum up and to give you some takeaways. One you already got with this playground for adults. Please. So, just to summarize, our process and this project showed us that you shouldn't fear working with the client. And I know that we talk about it a lot, we UX designers, UX researchers, but I think we are talking about it in theory often. And I think now there's this atmosphere of collaboration and people try to collaborate. So in case you haven't tried it, please do, because it is really insightful. You can really get a lot new ideas, new perspective with this approach.
Our second thought is that don't confine your research just to one method. Don't use just interviews, just try to mix the research methods and get of them as much as you can. For example, we used participatory design, forum discussions, IDIs, eye tracking, and usability testing. And we could have really a big amount of knowledge about our users.
And lastly, always know your subject well, or at least try, but try also to figure out how to organize it and how to not get lost as we did previously. Okay, and thank you so much. And we are actually hiring, I must say, we are looking for a UX designer, so if you're not afraid of working with clients, of collaboration and post-it notes, please do drop us a line.
All right, thank you very much. Once again.
Thanks.